Thank you for tuning in to Entertain the Geeky, your source for nerd news.
Guys, what's going on? Roger and Chris here.
What up?
Nerd
news.
Yeah, nerd news. We're gonna jump right into this.
All right, let's talk the big one. Ghost in the Shell trailer.
Looks awesome.
Looks amazing. Scarlett Jo is doing an amazing looking job. The lack of emotion.
I mean, she's playing Black Widow again.
Yeah, but do what you're good at.
She's a pretty ideal female heroine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking as far as like stature and everything. She's a very beautiful lady. She plays the part well, and then she is a badass. Flat out badass.
Watching this trailer, first off, I looked at it and I went, this is our generation's Blade Runner. Right off the bat. I was like, this movie just looks amazing. It is the next Fifth Element. That classic sci-fi that might not do well in theaters, but freak God, it's going to be amazing.
I think it's actually going to do fairly well.
It might. I mean, it's got a lot of bad press behind it.
It's got Scarlett Jo in it, though, and she's kicking butt.
But she's done some movies that haven't made a lot of money.
She has, but...
Skin. And she got completely naked in that movie.
That's fair. But how long ago was that?
Last year.
All right, well, never mind.
The movie does have a little bit of bad press behind it.
There's a fan following for this that Skin did not have.
Well, which brings me to my point. I'm curious. We saw this weird guy in the trailer. I don't know how much you know about the anime.
I'm not super familiar with it.
All right, I'm going to loan it to you so you can catch up. But the main character in the anime, or the main bad guy, is the Puppet Master. And they've stated that their plan is not to do the Puppet Master in this movie, and maybe do that as the sequel, but have this movie set the world and set the character up to meet the Puppet Master. But my fear is I saw this bad guy, and he looked very much like the Puppet Master. So I'm wondering if they're doing a switcheroo on us.
Or maybe they're going to tip their hats to it just to not upset fans too much. Because we know that movies will do that from time to time. Like in Iron Man 3 when we got the Iron Patriot, which was a abomination of what that character is supposed to be. For those of you who don't know, the Iron Patriot is actually Norman Osborn. He steals some Iron Man armor, paints it all patriotic, and starts doing vigilante stuff so that he can take over the country.
That's Norman Osborn style.
Yeah, no, it is.
War Machine was Tony Stark's friend, right?
It was Rhodes.
Yeah.
I'm fine with War Machine.
Yeah.
War Machine's been done right. The Iron Patriot was done wrong.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right. War Machine was the Iron Patriot, and then it turns into the glowing, explodey guy.
But maybe they're doing it with... Maybe that is the Puppet Master in this movie, but it's not going to be a nod. It's going to be like Batman Begins.
Okay.
Or at the end, they're like, we've got this new guy, and he's the Joker, which perfectly sets up the sequel of The Dark Knight.
That's fair.
So maybe that's where they're going.
Hopefully.
We also got some news on Jurassic World 2 / Jurassic Park 5?
I don't even know how to take those movies.
Because
they basically... I feel like they've said, hey, these things in these movies didn't happen, but Jurassic Park 1 and 2 did happen.
Well, I don't think Jurassic Park 2 happened. I think Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic World just didn't happen. I think they're ignoring that one.
You mean Jurassic Park 3?
No, 2. I mean, the whole T-Rex...
You said 2 in World. You said 2 in World. Jurassic World happened.
Jurassic World happened and Jurassic Park 1 happened. Jurassic
outside
World,
of that, nothing?
Yeah, I think that's what they're going with.
I mean, that's intelligent.
I do too, because the T-Rex in San Francisco was dumb.
I mean, Jurassic Park is a good flick. Jurassic World was so much fun.
Yeah, it was.
Pretty outstanding summer movie.
No, I love Jurassic World. I thought Jurassic World was amazing. It was pretty much a Jurassic Park movie by this. The formula has been there. It's out. We know what's going to happen.
It had so you can watch Jurassic Park now and get into that movie.
That movie still holds up.
You watch Jurassic World, and it's got a more modern spin on it.
Yeah,
but it's still good.
No, what I like about Jurassic World was the little subtle hints of commercialism and technology and how we've adapted a society where you have kids going to see dinosaurs and their older brothers or parents are just sitting on their iPhones while you're looking at this magnificent creature that should not exist in our time there, and they don't care. They're trying to update their Facebook feed.
Well, you know what's funny? Okay, so on this Jurassic World note, in the past few months here, scientists have been able to add T-Rex DNA to chicken eggs.
Yeah. We're getting really close.
We're getting really close, and it's really scary.
I mean, they're, to quote Ian Malcolm, they're so busy wondering whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
I don't think these things are able to live.
Yet. It's very weird.
The better we get at manipulating DNA, though, that's obviously going to change.
Well, I mean, this is something that's very interesting to me, the whole cloning aspect, because we've cloned a sheep.
Yeah.
We know how to clone living beings and make them viable. We've proven that, and that's almost 30 years old at this point.
Yeah.
Like, we're hitting the 30-year mark.
We are.
So if we can do that, but we've allowed that to sort of fade away in our fears. It's no longer we're afraid of cloning or anything like that. We're now more afraid of technology taking over.
Technology's doing just that.
Yeah, no, technology is taking over. I mean, look at what we're doing. So we're allowing things like cloning and the development of viruses or what have you kind of go into the foreshadow because we don't see it anymore.
Well, and you know what's so hard? Like, for us and what we do, social media presence is such a big deal. And on a day-to-day basis, like, I do a little bit on there, but I just want to be done. You want to do your social media crap for a little bit and then be done with it for the day.
But you can't.
And you can't.
No.
Like, it is a constant thing. So that, that's crazy. What else did we get this week?
There is now a rumor floating around with Fox.
Oh, yeah, this X-Men rumor.
Yeah, so apparently the three main actors from the new X-Men movies haven't signed on to do anymore. We know Hugh Jackman's done after Wolverine 3. I'm sorry, I'm just going to call the movie Logan, because that's what it should be called.
And it looks awesome.
It looks really good. So after Logan, he's done.
Well, and I ignore Wolverine Origins. I pretend that movie doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
Because it was bad.
Really bad. So we're getting that. And so the thing is, now Fox is kind of wondering about where to go with the X franchise. Because they don't want to sell it back to Marvel. These movies still make a ton of money. Yeah,
if they were smart, this is what they would do. They would call Marvel and say, we want in on what Sony just did with you.
See, I think that would be the smart thing, in air quotes, to do. But Fox is still holding a grudge from losing the distribution rights to Star Wars.
Yeah, Fox is still not intelligent. Like, when you...
why are they not intelligent? They're still making millions...
They're making millions of dollars.
What is this that your kid gave me?
It was a gumball, I think. They're making millions and millions of dollars because fans keep going and seeing them. You know what happened with Fantastic Four? Nobody went and saw it, myself included. I refused to go watch that movie because it looked like a big pile of poop. And guess what? It was. And they were like, all right, we're done.
But they're still making money off the X-Men movies. And
they've turned out so much crap with these X-Men movies. Like, there have been a couple of little gems in there. Don't get me wrong.
X-Men 1, X-Men 2, Days of Future Past, First Class. 4 out of the 6 they've done.
X-Men 2 sucked.
X-Men 2 was good. Shut your mouth.
X-Men 3 was bad. Wolverine
X-Men
Origins
3 was horrible.
Wolverine Origins.
Horrible.
Hands down worst one they've done.
I don't know about that.
It definitely is.
I don't know. X-Men 3 was really bad.
Oh my god. I don't even...
But the Wolverine was good. The second Wolverine movie was pretty good.
It was so-so. It wasn't a great movie by any means.
But it was
Logan looks better.
Yeah, Wolverine 3 looks amazing.
It's not Wolverine 3. That's Logan. I'm going to take that as a standalone.
Yeah.
Because there's such a bitter taste in my mouth from some of the other stuff that they've done that I'm like, this is its own movie. I'm happy about it.
But they're still making money. They have the new cash cow in Deadpool. And you can't sign over the X-Men rights.
And speaking of Deadpool, they lost the guy that did the film score for the original movie.
Yeah, and they lost the director.
Well, the director, I think we talked about on a previous episode. The guy that did the film score was like, hey, without the director here, I can't see doing this.
Fine.
And I'm just like...
That's fine. This movie's still going to make a lot of money. Ryan Reynolds is still energetic. They're already working on Deadpool 3.
It's still going to be good.
And I'm okay with if that's the future. If they decide to take X-Men into more of a Deadpool way, where the X-Men can tell their stories, be campy, be fun, have a fun action movie that we're craving for, I'm okay with this.
Fox isn't good at that, though. Hold on. Deadpool was that was other people saying, Fox, we don't care what you have to say. We're just going to do this.
Right. But maybe Fox is learning a lesson.
I doubt it.
You know, they can't do worse than Marvel's doing right now. I mean, let's think about it honestly.
If they worked with Marvel here, that would be the most brilliant thing that they could do.
The only advantage you get to getting the X-Men back in the Marvel Universe is you can have an X-Men versus Avengers movie.
It's not even about that. You can have key players in these Marvel storylines.
I don't want my key players. I'm tired of the shared cinematic universes. I'm done with it.
I love it.
Okay, let Marvel do Marvel. That's fine. They got Spider-Man back. Spider-Man makes sense. X-Men never made sense in the Marvel universe to me, even on a comic book level.
They do.
They don't.
I disagree.
Here's why they don't. It always seemed odd to me that they were okay with a guy that can turn big and green, or a guy that climbed the walls, bitten by a radioactive spider, but heaven forbid you're born with a superpower, then all of a sudden you have to be hated by the federal government. No, it never made sense to me. X-Men always worked when X-Men was alone.
It worked better alone.
And that's where it should stay. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the movies being their own universe. What I want to see happen is actually have a sustained universe.
I want to see a good one.
Yeah, and you don't need Captain America to make it a good one. Fox, just get your crap together and make a good X-Men universe.
If that's the thing. This is why I'm like, work with Marvel, because Marvel does it good.
Then just take a cue.
Clearly in the past 10 years since we got Iron Man, or 8 years, I'm sorry, 2008 is when Iron Man came out. In the last 8 years, they've not taken a cue.
Days of Future Past, first
Days
class.
of Future Past was the best one they've done. I'm not even going to call it a good or a great movie. It was all right. Days of Future Past. The First Class was good. I liked that one. Okay.
They've taken a little bit of hint. I mean, yes, X-Men 3 was bad. Wolverine's origin was bad. We know these movies were bad. I haven't seen Apocalypse. I've heard bad things, but I've heard good things. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. To me, if you're going to reboot, I'm on board with an X-Men reboot. It seems the time is right to do it.
Well, yeah, Hugh Jackman's leaving.
Hugh Jackman is leaving. Then do it. But do it right. Sit down and plan out your next 3 or 4 movies. Make a conjoined storyline. Make a universe.
You need to call a guy named Kevin, last name Fig.
Leave Kevin Fig out of this.
And just say, hey, how do we do this?
Just look at what Marvel's doing, look at what DC's doing, and come in the middle. Because I'm sorry, the Marvel movies lately, now I haven't seen Doctor Strange, but Avengers 2 was not good. They're flat. Marvel's,
Age of Ultron?
Yeah, was not good.
It was alright.
I fell asleep.
It was alright.
I actually fell asleep during what was apparently the best part, the Hulk and Iron Man fight.
Like I said, it was alright. I think part of that was director.
I think a lot of it was director. I think a lot of it is...
Because Civil War is awesome.
Which I still have yet to see. Someone keeps promising to loan it to me, but
Ask
never hands it to me.
before you leave. Chris, can I still borrow that? And I'll say yes.
All right, let's get off X-Men, because you and I were just going to circular argument.
This is bad.
Though I think everyone will agree that they want to see the X-Men in the Marvel Universe. Everyone does.
Well, I think more so, and to kind of touch base with what you're saying, everybody wants to see the X-Men right.
Yeah, I don't need them in the Marvel Universe for them to be right.
Well, and I can respect that for what it is, but Fox has yet to do them right.
Okay.
Deadpool is the only thing that they've done right, and that's because somebody told them, and we're not doing it your way because your way doesn't work.
And we'll see what Deadpool 2 does.
I think as long as Ryan Reynolds has his hand in it, it's going to be fine.
I think if Fox releases...
Ryan Reynolds
is Deadpool. I think if Fox takes that cue and lets the X-Men movie go to the brightly colored spandex and be a superhero movie with the touch of social commentary, then we might have a really good movie.
Well, like you said, if they took what Marvel's cues and DC's cues and met in the middle, they could find their niche, because that in the middle is the X-Men universe.
Right. Now, we also heard today, we found out today that Mr. Sinister is going to show up in what we are calling Logan.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't either. Because to me,
Sinister's an X-Men villain,
and he's more than he's a Cyclops villain.
He is. Well, I mean, see, Mr. Sinister is such a team villain for the X-Men, and you're doing this. I got a post-apocalyptic vibe here. Okay.
Okay, you mean it like after credit scene?
No. I'm talking about from this Logan movie.
Oh yeah,
period.
Totally post-apocalyptic.
Okay,
like the mutants are dead,
which is how it should be. I'm cool with that.
They're dead.
But then having Mr. Sinister come in on that, I'm like, no.
What like, because all we know is we're seeing Mr. Sinister. We don't really know what his job. What if it's a flashback and he's the one that caused these mutants, which could set up to a movie.
If they did something intelligent like that, okay.
Like
if Mr. Sinister pulled the string somehow to get it to this point, great.
And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Sinister is still alive in Old Man Logan.
He is. He's not the threat.
No, the Hulk was the threat.
Correct.
And the Ravengers. And we were not going to get the Hulk, and we're not going to get Blind Hawkeye in this movie.
And that's the problem.
That's not a problem. I'm okay with this. Don't rant. Don't rant.
I want them together.
I do too, but you know what?
I want them together.
We don't need them together. Because we didn't have X-23 in Old Man Logan. We got X-23 here.
I'm okay with little things changing.
That's not a little change. That's a big freaking change.
Look, Fox is setting it up so they can potentially pass the torch.
Yeah.
Marvel has destroyed them on comics.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, since you're not with us, you're against us.
Talk about a petty thing right there.
It's stupid.
I mean, listen, Marvel, I get it that you want to make money off your movies, and you're doing that hand over fist, but you're taking down one of the most successful comics ever printed, and you're doing it because you don't have the film rights?
Here, I'm going to tell you guys something else. I don't want the comics and your cinematic universe to be the same thing.
I don't either.
Like, forget that. Scrap that. That's not what the comics are. Your cinematic thing can be its own thing. Period.
Done.
Period.
Done. Drop the mic. Boop. So, what else we got going on here in Nerd News?
Oh my gosh, so, fan-made video of the Hulk versus Doomsday and who would win.
My vote's on Doomsday.
Being a Marvel fan, I want to vote for the Hulk.
I can never vote for the Hulk in a fight. You name any character, and I can tell you how they beat the Hulk.
They always beat the Hulk, and that's part of the problem with it, because, like, think about this. The Hulk is such a saving grace in all the Avengers movies, and that's why they wouldn't put him in Captain America Civil War, because they're like, the Hulk wins. Whatever team he's on.
All you have to do is give the Hulk a kitten, and you win.
Give him a kitten.
Because no one's mad when they're holding a kitten.
You know what's funny? The Hulk might eat it. What if he's hungry?
He's not. You know what he's going to do? He's going to Hulk kitten. Oh. And then he's Bruce Banner petting a kitten.
He's going to be like, Hulk kitten.
He's not going to eat the kitten. No, you just give him a kitten or a puppy or a goldfish.
Give us World Breaker Hulk.
Because no one's mad.
But no.
No, you cannot get mad when you hold a small animal.
So Hulk versus Doomsday. In this fan battle, they have Doomsday end up winning it, and it makes sense. You can't kill Doomsday the same way twice. Now, my issue with this statement is if you kill somebody, they're dead, they're gone.
Right.
But this is comic book land, and nothing is forever.
And Doomsday might have,
there might be
something going on with his magic armor that automatically resuscitates him after he dies.
Whatever.
Because really, what is death? How long? Like to us, it's 3 minutes after you stop breathing and your heart stops beating. But what the moment is true death? If you're only dead for a second and you're revived, you still died. Yeah.
I view death very, very different.
You view death as a permanent situation.
I do.
But you can come back from being dead.
You can come back clinically dead.
Yeah.
Clinically dead. I'm not talking clinically dead. I'm talking cellular... cells stop dividing. Okay, dead.
You're still clinically dead.
No, like once your cells cease to be able to continue out their function, what they were designed to do, that is death. Like when you're like, well, we can shock his heart back.
Yeah.
That might not necessarily be death. That means you flatlined.
You're still dead.
Clinical dead. You're not brain dead at that point.
You can still be brain dead and come back from being dead.
Most people don't.
They don't, but you can.
You can as long as long as these cellular.
We're just saying.
As long as these cellular structures are continuing to do their job.
You can't kill Dr. Doom more than the same way twice. I'm just saying, Dr. Doom. No, not Dr. Doom. Doomsday. I didn't curse. I came close.
You definitely did.
I came close.
Just dropped an F-bomb.
I came so close.
Now we have to delete this.
No, we don't.
We're 20 minutes in. It's not happening.
We're going to go back and listen to this episode to see, because I think I caught myself.
No, you didn't. Guys, as always, Roger messes it up. No, I messed up. We had to delete one before this because 4 seconds in, I started using my potty language.
Yeah, he did. Right off the bat. So, as always, like us on Facebook. We are Entertain the Geeky. Follow us on Twitter at Entertaining Geeky. We're on Instagram as Entertain the Geeky and on YouTube as Entertain the Geeky.
And make sure you go to
beastescaperoom.com.
Enter the promo code GEEKY
For 20% off.
20% off of your next escape room experience. And ladies and gentlemen, we will most certainly be going into this and recording it very soon so you can hear us do this. Now, YouTube is going to be coming in the very near future, and I want you to look very closely over the next couple of weeks for some Entertain the Geeky games to be coming to a table near you, because
So excited.
Merle's Truck Stop in Maine is going to make its way to you.
And real quickly, I have to give a heartful. I'm so nervous I can't talk right now.
Heartfelt thank you.
A heartfelt thank you to all our listeners who decided to download over 5,000 episodes in less than time than I was originally thinking. So now I have to hold a freaking snake.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that.
We are planning an event for this. We're going to have a bunch of the guys that you all have come to know and love on the show. And half of you listeners out there that are these guys, I want you to be there for this. So very soon we're going to do something with that. A few people are trying to get me to shave my head for this.
For 10,000. 10,000 downloads.
For 10,000. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But guys, as always,
honestly, thank you.
Thank you. Stay geeky.